You better run for the hills, cause the mech is back. I'm hugging up creatures like Stack Homeboy. Monsters kinky, got no morals. Monster loves to get oral. Hello, everybody. This is Anthony John Agnello of Engadget, hanging out with you at this exact moment. Welcome to the pre-show. We are going to be making a little bit of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse for Wii U happen in just a couple of minutes. If you are in the chat right now viewing this magic taking place live, please let us know if the sound is okay. Let me know if you can hear the game audio okay, if you can hear me okay, and if you can't, pipe up. Catch up. And that was a contextless Pulp Fiction reference for everyone who's super old in the crowd. Because I love you. I mean, like, love you like a brother or a sister. It's, you know, we gotta slow things down. We gotta, we can't get too serious. And as tends to happen here in the pre-show, you're gonna get all those sweet sounds of me typing as I fix things before we truly get rolling. And I'm sailing away. I got to be free. Carry on. Boom, ba, bum, 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 bum. One day we will do an episode. Ah, Banshee Basher. Sounds a little low quality. When you say sounds a little low quality, do you mean the mic is a little low quality, which would make a little bit of sense? I am using the PlayStation Gold headset, headphone and mic combo at the moment, and the microphone is not the best. I will tell you that. And Yodel, if I can see some, like, really violent shenanigans from the blockheads, and, was Gumby ever a thing in Japan? Gumby had to have been a thing in Japan, dude. There had to have been, at some point, a moment where, like, there was an insane Japanese version of Gumby where he turned into a giant robot. It's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Japan-only movies, cartoon movies, where the turtles piloted giant robots, because I want to be in on the meeting when that got approved. Like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do for the domestic market, Bandai? Well, we could give them giant robot suits. Done! Done! Sign it up! Make it happen tomorrow! Hoplite 22, what is up? What is happening? Okay. Just about ready to go. Let's see here. We got some time. We still have 8 minutes of pre-show. Data has finished their song. Oh, the turtles were the robots. Banshee Basher, this is still pre-show time, so we're gonna fire up Kirby directly at 4. But in the meantime, you know what? Let's make some video games happen. We're gonna go old school Kirby. Because that's how I'm feeling. Because I'm feeling saucy. Because that's how it's gotta go. Oh, that's right, yeah, they form a single turtle, which is creepy and disgusting. Yeah, we can fire up a little, send him to the games! Oh my god. See, this is the problem. Not even I can catch every reference that gets dropped in. I feel like a chump. We got a little Kirby Adventure going on. I don't know about you guys, I am a huge fan of Kirby's Adventure. And I was a little disappointed with the 3DS version, the 3D Classics version of Kirby Adventure. It wasn't quite as righteous as I would have liked. I do like Nightmare in Dreamland. Nightmare in Dreamland, the Game Boy Advance complete remake of Kirby's Adventure, is clutch. and you know what? Like clockwork, following up from Tuesday's stream, we have a giant mustache right out the gate. Why does this clock that Kirby's fighting have a giant mustache? Only Satoru Iwata knows for sure. I actually can't remember where I'm at in this game. I think this is pretty late, actually. Oh man, did I need one of those rocks? Is that how I get in there? Did the 3DS version remove any of the slowdown? Actually, not all of it. That was what was weird. Like, some of the slowdown was still there. And, one of the problems is, I don't know if you guys have played a lot of the 3D classics that Nintendo has done, not the ones that, M4 put together for Sega. But the characters are really, really small. Really small. Hands of the clock! Did I say something else? Probably. I may have. It's totally possible. If you are just joining us, we have about 5 minutes to go in the pre-show. We'll be firing up Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, the new Wii U exclusive, momentarily. I'm very excited. Very excited. Like our like our order stream, the Order 1886 stream on Tuesday. I am going into this completely blind. I got to check it out for a hot second at E3 this past summer. And right as I was handed the controller, a demo station for Yoshi's Woolly World opened up next to it, and I was like, screw you, Kirb. I gotta go, man. Yoshi is happening. Where the hell is that game? Can you answer me that? Where is that game in our lives? I want it up in my soul. As soon as entirely. Play it entirely looking at the TV, not the gamepad. No! Absolutely not. I'm not doing it. Actually, D. Sanskrit, have you done that before? Have you played Kirby and the Rainbow Curse purely with the touch, purely looking at the TV screen? It's such a good-looking game. What? Rock! Oh, I thought I was gonna get him. Thought it was gonna happen. Boom! I also want to see, I was really hoping that Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, and if you guys know this, don't spoil it for me, I want to be surprised. But I really, really have been hoping that I was going to fire this game up, and Kirby's animal pals would show up, like Kine the fish, and Coo, the, what is he, an owl? I think he's an owl. I showed that wheel what was up. God, do I hate sentient wheels, I'll tell ya. Jerks. Alright, everybody, I'm gonna can out the curb. We're gonna go to our fancy splash page. And, we're gonna get ready. Saoshiant78, I must admit, this might be the first Kirby title I pick up. Any suggestions on a strong previous Kirby title? Good God, man. You just asked a very, very complicated question. There are so many really great Kirby games. I would say like one in every three Kirby games is an absolutely must play. Uh, I would absolutely suggest getting, if you have a 3DS, download the original Kirby's Dream Land and the original Kirby's Dream Land 2. Um, and check those out. They're very, 2 is a more substantial game. 1 you can literally finish in about 21 minutes. Awesome, awesome, awesome games. Yodel is recommending Dreamland 3, which is a Super Nintendo game that is available on the Wii U Virtual Console. Also excellent. I would say play Dreamland 2 before you play 3. 3 is a little bit slower paced. I love 3, but it falls into a category of Kirby game alongside Kirby 64 and God, what is it called? The one with 4 characters, The Amazing Mirror. It's a little bit slower paced. It's not as actiony. D. Sanskrit has mentioned Mass Attack for the Nintendo DS, and that is one of the essential ones. So good. So good. Mass Attack was fall of 2010, I want to say? Like really late era first-party Nintendo DS game, and it is frigging unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to JXE Streams. My name is Anthony John Agnello of Engadget, and get this! I now have an official title. I have an official title at Engadget. It's Associate Engagement Editor, which is a mouthful, and if anybody in the crowd can tell me what the hell that means, I would be all ears. But all that matters is that I am here to play the game that you are about to feast your eyes upon, and that is Kirby and the Rainbow Curse for Wii U, a new Wii U exclusive sequel to one of the first truly great Nintendo DS games, Kirby Canvas Curse. It was just this brilliant, brilliant, brilliant touch-based game that came out back in 2005, and it just like was a game changer. It just changed everything. It had, like, you know, leveraged touch controls in a way that people just weren't expecting. Up to that point, we had things on the Nintendo DS like you know, Feel the Magic XXXY and some of these other early touch experiments that felt good, but they never felt like a purely touch-based game that was just super substantial and meaty in sort of the grand Nintendo tradition. Nobody was sitting there and saying, oh man, you can make a game as good as Super Mario Brothers with just touch controls. And then Canvas Curse rolls along, summer of 2005, and blew people's friggin' mind. And now, 10 years later, here is Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, announced last year, and the first big Wii U game of 2015. So we're diving into this together. We are doing this together for the first time. Be gentle with me. I've never done this before. All right, I'm lying. I've Kirby'd before. Y'all never Kirby'd? Some of you have Kirby'd. Don't lie. I know some of you have Kirby'd. So here we go. We're diving in. I've not played this game, but that's what I was trying to say. Man, that really does look like clay. It's very cool. D. Sanskrit hanging out in the chat is a bit of a Kirby obsessive, and if you guys have any questions that I don't answer, he will almost certainly be able to answer them for you. Mithrandir 2390, I will sometimes Kirby after I've been drinking. Me too, man. You get a maker's mark in me, I might Kirby. But, you know, with friends and family. Alright, so a giant hole has been torn open in the sky. There is some deeply, deeply upsetting stuff going on here. Oh my god. Oh my god, this sucks. The color oh no! So, a giant hole opened in the sky, and some evil hands came out of it that appear to be defecating as a mode of powering flight, which is interesting. I've never seen that in a game. That's actually not true. I've seen that in some games. And they've turned Kirby's world into what looks like a surrealist painting from 1971. And sucked all the color out of it. It's a commentary on West German, East German relations in the 70s, man. That's what it all is. That's not what it all is. I'm making that up. That's not what this is about. But it appears Kirby has made a paintbrush girlfriend. Oh, man. Kirby, that apple's still fine. It's just not red, man. Like, get in there. Also, I love, too, have you guys noticed that, like, hipster Waddle Dee is Kirby's best friend in games these days? It's never just Waddle Dee. Waddle Dee. By the way, I'm not just babbling. If you guys aren't Kirby people, Waddle Dee is the actual name of that little red dude without a mouth. He's like, he was one of the original enemies in the first Kirby's Dream Land on Game Boy. But like, he you know, you could use him as a co-op partner in Kirby's Triple Deluxe on... Wait a second, no, Kirby Superstar on Super Nintendo. Triple Deluxe is a different thing. Alright, the adventure begins. Here we go. That like, this is, like, Gumby-tastic. God, it's been a long time since I've done this. I have to remember how... I've not played Canvas Curse in a really long time. Ha ha! Alright, it sounds like they've remixed the original Kirby theme music to be played on a pan flute, which, I gotta tell you, I'm into. Hoplite 22, this is really strange. You are not kidding, man. Alright, yeah. I'm gonna do it fast. Alright, so what I just did there is... So you paint these sort of giant rainbow Twizzlers, and Kirby rides the rainbow Twizzlers. You can't, like, press the D-pad or the analog stick or any of those things to make Kirby move. You can tap Kirby, and that'll make him sort of rush forward. But otherwise, you have to rely on these giant Twizzlers. And then, I'm not being cute. They really do look like magical, twisting, disgusting Twizzlers. You can use those to draw a path. And I don't know if you guys saw, the game hasn't told me to do so yet, but when you draw a little loop for Kirby to go through, it will make him go really fast. And you know Kirby, everybody, he's gotta go fast. No, wait, that's not accurate. You can also see at the top of the screen, there is that little rainbow, like, meter going on. Oh! I don't know what these little spinny things are, but I'm gonna touch them all. Everybody, when you Kirby, you gotta touch all the spinny things. I know this is a family show, but I'm just saying it like it is. Oh! I got 100 stars, too, which... Oh, makes me a little bit more powerful. Cool. Oop. So, as you can see, you don't run out of your little rainbow power on the meter too terribly quickly. That like, lasts for a little while. But later, like, there are no enemies here. I'm not trying to escape anything. And it gets pretty tense pretty quickly, if I remember. Oh yeah, what up? Get that, Kirby. Alright, here's a question for the audience. When it comes to, like, video game logic, if you are wandering around town, you're going to the grocery store, you think to yourself, man, all I really want is some Pringles. I need sour cream and onion Pringles, frickin' stat, right now. Well, otherwise, you know, I'm just gonna lose it, and life isn't worth living. If you were walking down the street, and you all of a sudden saw in front of you a tiny little version of your own head, or like a little representation of your own body, would you naturally assume I am going to pick that up and all of a sudden be able to live my life over again if something bad happens? The one-up principle. Or would you run away in terror and not touch that thing? I'm just gonna say that. I would not go near it. That is not a thing that should be touched. I don't know why Mega Man is so excited to pick up little versions of his own head. I don't know why... Oh, wait, what do you want me to do? Oh! Oh, that changes things! Alright. So, the little super... You could not do that in Canvas Curse, by the way. So, if you hold when you tap on Kirby, he will power up, and I'm assuming that's you need the 100 thing. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Canvas Curse. I missed you. I gotta stop calling it Canvas Curse. I know it's not Canvas Curse, but the alliteration of that name is too wonderful to resist. Yeah! Do it, Kirby! And man, like... Simply love it, I would make my way to the nearest urgent care. Exactly! Exactly, if you saw your disembodied head sitting in the, like, you know, in the ether, you would not be like, oh man, I'm gonna pick that up and all is gonna be right with the world. Oh wow, that is awesome. So, when you use that sort of power move that Kirby has, he, ooh. I don't know who you're trying to fool, Kirby game. Of course there's gonna be treasure up here. He builds up a lot of momentum, and you can sort of create little combo chains. This is very cool. You can also see that I've run out of my rainbow juice. And so, in this colorful land down here, I don't know what's gonna happen when I go near this black and white area. Oh! Okay! Alright. Note. If you go into the black and white area, the impressionistic hellhole of Kirby's Ruined World, you cannot draw rainbows. That's also a very cool little touch. Very interesting. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get up there. Yodel. For the localization, they could have called it Rainbow Rampage. If you guys don't know, there is a thing where in America, Kirby is angry Kirby. You know, he's this cute little pink puff of a character. I keep saying he. I don't know if Kirby has a gender. I think Kirby is like Zool. It's whatever he wants to be. Kirby, the Traveler has come. Anyway, he's super cute, and you wouldn't think that he's like a terribly vicious guy. And the covers for the Japanese releases of his games reflect that, much as you would expect. Ooh, oh, I've unlocked some kind of door here. They're very cute. But, ooh. Oh, it's timed! It's... yeah! Yeah. Now what, door? Very cool. Alright, I like that. So yeah, I found a bonus room where one of this game's collectibles... God, the worst thing about Kirby games is that they seem very easy and very gentle and very good times, and then they always have these secret collectibles in every stage that are freaking impossible to find them all. It's infuriating. Epic Yarn, the most boring freaking game in the world, until you try to, you know, get every sequence stage. Anyway, the American covers of those super cute looking Kirby games, he always, like, has angry eyebrows. They add them in, as though Americans would not enjoy a cute little pink puffball character unless he was a vicious shark. Actually, it's probably true. Oh, oh, oh! Get there, dude. Get there! Kirby. Ha ha! Oh, I'm out of juice. Very much out of juice. Go! Oh, awesome. Oh man, so I missed one of the treasures. This is exactly what I was talking about. So there are 5 treasures in this stage. And now, I'm probably near the end of the stage. But, and I'm sure you guys sympathize with this, in my head I'm sitting there, I'm like, I gotta freaking find that treasure. It's somewhere out there. It's gonna drive me nuts. D. Sanskrit in the chat has said that Epic Yarn is just perfect, and I would like to politely disagree. Epic Yarn is a game who, I love the aesthetics of Epic Yarn. I think Epic Yarn is a gorgeous, gorgeous thing. At the exact same time, I think it is just too damn slow-paced. It is like, if you are suffering from insomnia, if you are having very serious sleep issues, go find yourself a copy of Kirby's Epic Yarn, and you'll get through it after, like, one stage and just be like, oh, I'm really tired. I could really use a nice nap. Because it is... I have never played a game quite so soporific as that. That and, like, Final Fantasy VIII are the sleepiest damn games I've ever played in my life. I would never make fun of the apartment decorating minigame. The apartment decorating minigame is the best thing in the world. Wow, that is a really fun stage. Interesting thing about Rainbow Curse, firing up just that first stage. And... ooh, what's in the treasure chest? I don't like the way these treasure chests are vibrating. This is deeply upsetting. Oh, got some music. You gotta figure... oh, this is cool. Alright. You got a figurine. Nintendo would like you to know that you have found a figurine. This figurine represents your dream of trying to find the amiibo that you want in the real world. You will never find the amiibo that you actually want in the real world, so enjoy this fake action figure that you unlocked in Play World. Oh my god! I was kidding! I was joking! And then it tells me to go get an amiibo. Wow, that was, that went differently than I was expecting it to. Choose challenge mode from the select mode screen and give it your best shot. Don't taunt me, game. Tell me what to do. You challenge your best time. Up the big ol' tree. That is a absolutely wonderful stage title. I love everything that's happening here. Oh, cool. Man, it's gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So this is another question for the crowd. And it's something I'm always curious about. Nothing, like, bores me more than when somebody says, oh yeah, we're doing a dark and gritty reboot of something. Like, please, what are you? Are you an angry 14-year-old? Have you not filled out your dream journal today? A dark and gritty reboot? Please. Anyway. one of the things that I actually would just like to see a dark and gritty reboot of, and like this is perfect because we were already talking about Angry Kirby in the American covers, is I would love to see a dark and gritty reboot of Kirby. You know, like DDD wanders into a bar, and he's like, I thought I'd find you here, and Kirby has like 5 o'clock shadow. Like, he kind of looks like, he's got like a beard and a haircut like Joel from The Last of Us. Kirby's like, I thought I told you never to come in here. Slams back a shot of whiskey. Dee Dee's like, man, you gotta go back. I told you! I can't draw them rainbow Trizzlers anymore, I'm done! I can't suck up monsters and steal their powers no more. I'm out of that game. And then he goes and, I don't know, it's like John Wick, he has to kill somebody. I would play that game. I don't know about you guys. That's kind of cool. There are these vines that I've run into a couple of times that, like, stop you flat. Ooh, jeez. Alright. So you guys couldn't see that, but you might have heard it. One of the problems that you run into is that you can drop the stylus when you're playing this game. And playing with your finger does not work because your hand just obscures too much of the screen. That's like, do you guys ever run into this? Where, like, you know, you go to check out an iPhone game that people say is really, really good, and, you know, you end up going to play, and your finger covers the entire screen. It's something I've never really understood about touch-only games. Oh, God. This is tricky. Ooh. Get up there, Curb. Lot more enemies. Wasn't Squeak Squad basically taken? Yes, Yodel! It was. Famke Janssen divorced Kirby, and then a Serbian mouse kidnapped his daughter. Be a very different thing, what we are describing. Yeah. That's it? Ah, there we go. Yeah. I like that there is a reason to collect these stars beyond just an extra life. Ooh. Let's see if this works. Yep. Awesome. Deeply awesome. I am a pink puffball with a very specific set of skills. Isn't Nintendo talking about, you know, licensing out their properties more often these days? I think we have gold here. JXE Streams community, let's get on it. Let's start working on this script. We'll put it together. Start pitching it. Dark Kirby. Taken 4 Kirby. It's actually a sequel to Rush Hour. That would just be... that would be a little strange. Yeah, D-Sanskrit, I remember that the blocks the cannon. You block the cannon. Banshee Basher, collecting the little things in each stage. I am the exact same way. You know what? Like, if we weren't streaming this right now and I wanted to make sure that you guys got, like, a more complete look at the game, I would just be playing level 1 repeatedly until I found all the treasures. Oh God, I wish I wasn't that way, where, like, I obsessively collect everything, but every game, it's always the same thing. If it's Sonic, I've got to get all those freaking, ooh, that was worth getting. If it's Sonic, I've got to get the Chaos Emeralds. If it's, you know, the new Super Mario Brothers games, I've got to get those 3 coins. Weirdly, I am not a completionist when it comes to 3D games, though. Single and loving at Star Fox 2. Too fast, too furious. Nicely done! That's a thing of beauty. You guys ever played Star Fox 2? Like the actual Star Fox 2? Which is a real thing, believe it or not. Star Fox 2 for the Super Nintendo was basically finished. And, they killed it to focus on the Nintendo 64 instead. You can actually find a ROM of Star Fox 2 that is completely playable. You can finish it. You can do the whole thing. And it's great. It's very cool. A lot of the stuff that ended up getting put into Star Fox Command for Nintendo DS is in Star Fox 2. You know, like the bases that you have to attack, where you're sort of like in a enclosed arena, the wide open maps where you pick your path and stuff like that. Ooh, jeez. Oh, jeez. This is tricky. Ha ha! That's how it's done. Yeah, Yodel, that second leaked ROM for the Super Nintendo is just really, really cool. And, like, God, you know, the furriness of Star Fox definitely got, you know, pretty intense later on, but, like, Star Fox 2 is the only one in the series where you can get a goat. I am really digging this stage. This is delightful. You know, maybe it's the fact that I've been acclimating to touch controls for a decade at this point. But this already, and I know it's just the second level. Obviously, it's going to get more difficult. But this feels much easier to me than Canvas Curse did. I don't know if that's true. Oh, get up there. Ah, that's tricky. Oh, yeah! Yeah, we can blame Rare for the furriness of Star Fox. Just really want to make a game with this sexy fox lady in a bikini who needs treasure, but also pilots spaceships. That game really, like, Star Fox Adventures was the movie Heavy Metal, but for video games. And if everybody in the crowd knows what Heavy Metal is, you're as old as I am. Here's a little fact for everybody watching. My wife is in the room right now, and I can hear her sort of psychically saying, please don't take 10 minutes to describe to me what heavy metal is after this stream. And let me tell all of you, I'm going to make sure that it is a 20-minute explanation as to what heavy metal is. I promise. Actually, probably not. Not even I'm that cruel. Oh, boy. Alright, wait, I'm gonna do this. Ha! Oh, did I not? Alright. I thought I got it. Oh! D stands for tell her I'm so sorry. Absolutely not. I refuse. This cool little bonus stage that... This is neat. There was really not a whole lot of implication that, like, this was in here. And it's like a Plinko thing. Alright, puzzle pieces. Oh, I messed this up. Oh, I did it! I made it happen! Very cool. Alright. I'm having some better luck getting the treasure chest this time. I've gotten 4 out of 5 so far. Making it happen here. This is a classic Canvas Curse problem, where, like, you just want Kirby to roll over one thing where it seems very simple. Oh! Very simple that you would be able to get out of it, but you get stuck in the environment. Always that moment when you're playing a touch-only game where you're like, oh god, please, just... Crowbone, is this Kirby game a full retail title? It is indeed. And we are playing a disc version of the game right now. Because I like disc versions of games, man. I am a fan of disc versions of games. That is what I like. I like having that library. Ooh, no, what is this book? Ah! So close. But as Bill Downey says here in the chat, it is only $40. Which is, I kind of like what Nintendo is doing, where they're making, you know, shorter games that like, only take about 4 hours to finish. I'm told that Canvas Curse, Rainbow Curse only takes about that long to, you know, finish. And, releasing them for only $40, which I think is why aren't there more mid-range games? It's either, like, a $20 or $15 indie game that's really tiny, or it's a freaking $60 epic. And I like that Nintendo is doing these $40 games. Yodel, you're asking, Toad's Treasure Tracker. Toad's Treasure Tracker is another of these sort of medium-sized games that Nintendo has made in the past few months. I am not sure. I think that Kirby might be a little bit longer than Treasure Tracker, but I think it might be comparable. Treasure Tracker is actually, man, Treasure Tracker, number one, there is more game there than you think is there. Because as you go through and you collect, like, all of the secret collectibles in those stages, you unlock extra stages. Like, stages from Super Mario 3D World that you can wander around in as Toad collecting things, and some other extras that are awesome. There's a lot more games. I loved Treasure Tracker, by the way. I don't know about you guys. I thought it was freaking great. Get up, Kirby. I do wonder how they got this look. Very cool. Had to go through and, sort of block the waterfall with the rainbow to get through it. And you know what they say, Kirby? They said, don't go chasing waterfalls, please stick to the rainbow Twizzlers that you're used to. Just so you guys know, I am not Lisa Left Eye Lopez. I did not fake my death so that I could leave behind the life as a member of the TLC to become a video game journalist. I know I sound exactly like Lisa Left Eye Lopez, but I am not her. I'm really sorry to disappoint you if you had a moment where you were like, oh my god, she's back! Everything's gonna be okay! Crazy, sexy, cool reunion tour 2K15! Is that a thing? Do people say 2K? I don't even know. There's another... I could use your guys' advice, alright? I could use a hand. Oh, you can get rid of the clay by... Oh. I thought you had to do the super roll into it. So when you see these big piles where it looks like Gumby was melted, you can actually get in there just by drawing rainbows on it. That makes a lot of sense. Oop! Get back in there. Do it, Kirby. Do it with love. Do it with passion. Get all those stars. Oh, come on. Ah, I missed it. I missed one. What do you do? Single and loving it. This music is giving me Sonic flashbacks. Absolutely, dude. I can definitely feel that happening. Oh, alright. So there's a path back up there. So there was a treasure chest that I went by, and I didn't want to give it up. But I see now, I think I see where the path is going to go. So I could use your guys' advice. Tomorrow morning, I'm based in New York, and I readily admit that I have absurd proclivities. Much like many a game nerd, there are things that I like that maybe aren't something that an adult man really needs to love. And I have managed up to this point to resist the sinister pleasure of the amiibo. So I'm gonna ask you, tomorrow morning, the Nintendo World Store has announced that they're gonna have a few amiibo briefly in stock. They're gonna have Mega Man, they're gonna have DDD, they're gonna have some very desirable and fairly hard to find amiibo. Do I get up at 7 in the morning to go buy a Mega Man amiibo? Do I wake up at 7 in the morning, get out of bed with my loving, understanding wife, put on clothes like a real person, and go buy a small plastic statue of Mega Man? Is that a thing that I should do with my time? The chat, you will guide me in this decision. I'm relying on you in this moment to tell me if that is insane. Alright, Bill Danny, I'm sure the lines will be crazy. You know what? It never ceases to amaze me how crazy the lines are, man. So, a few months ago, worth it just for Mega Man. So everybody is in. You know, I knew you guys would be into it. This is what it's called. You're enablers. You're the lot of you. You're enablers. I love it. Ooh, gosh. I actually don't know if all amiibo work with Canvas Curse. I would like to. I'm not sure what they do. If anybody in the chat could fill me in on what the oh, look at this guy carrying away a star like a boss. Give me that thing. Hoplite22, also amiibo speculators. Bam! Haha! I love these little bonus stages. These things are great. Oh, Derek Sanskrit. Only Kirby, Meta Knight, and DDD. So what do they do? And why don't I get amiibo of Coo, the bird? Who I think is an owl, but I'm not sure anymore. Oh, come on. Stuck on the outside. Bull. Get there. Oh, yeah, now we're talking. Alright, so these green things stick you. Get there. Ooh! Ooh! Very cool. Very cool. Man. A really interesting thing to note about the levels in this game God, it happened again. I keep dropping. Keep dropping the stylus as I play. I do wish, you know, the stylus for the 3DS, especially the new Nintendo 3DS, has, like, gotten progressively bigger, but the Wii U stylus is so dinky that sometimes it's hard to hold on to. I like a big stylus, is what I'm saying, everybody. I don't know about you guys, but I like a big stylus. And frankly, I don't think that sounds very lewd. Yeah, Kirby. There we go. Mid-range tier 2319. Yup, it's can't deny. When an itty-bitty thing... Wait a second. You get sprung in Rainbow Curse. Here's another one. Who out there has taken the plunge and gotten themselves a new Nintendo 3DS? I have been playing the remake of Majora's Mask on the new Nintendo 3DS, as well as a little Monster Hunter, Monster Hunter 4, and man, I cannot believe how nice of an upgrade it is. If you have a 3DS XL, I do not think that you need to pick this thing up. But if you do not have a 3DS XL, or if you've managed to, you know, resist the charms of the 3DS entirely at this point, then freaking get yourself the new Nintendo 3DS. It's gorgeous. The screen is... It is the version of the technology that should have come out in 2011. Like, no questions asked. The operating system is, you know, works better. The machine itself works better. It's just what should have been out. No, I timed that like crap. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 3:45, and if you are just joining us, my name is Anthony John Agnello, the Associate Engagement Editor at Engadget. Man, I've got to be able to say that title seriously, don't I? That has to happen. At some point. And you are joining us for JXE Streams. We're doing a bunch of blind streams this week. A bunch of, we're doing streams of games that we have yet to play. Come on! I was right on top of that thing. Ridiculous. I keep trying to get these books that are at the end of the stage. I want them. You're joining us for my first time playing Kirby and the Rainbow Curse for Nintendo Wii U. The sequel to the beloved Nintendo DS. You gotta have a modifier in front of Kirby Canvas Curse. You gotta have the beloved, the genius Kirby Canvas Curse. Let's see what I got for treasures. I got a spiked ball guy. I got a kidney stone. 2 flying angry dudes. And a fish that really, really looks like it loves Quaaludes. Cool. Quaalude fish, kidney stone, and flying guys. That's a good day. Man, I am missing treasures fricking left and right. Ooh, boss! Boss fight. Awesome. Injured Cold, 1226. So you basically don't even look at the TV. I have not looked at the TV other than to, like, just check it out and see how pretty it looks up there. It is impossible to play this and look at the TV screen. Unless you have, like, the best hand-eye coordination in the entire world. It definitely... So, it still looks beautiful. It controls like a dream. Everything's great here. I will say, this is one of those moments where I really wish that the resolution of the Wii U gamepad was a little bit better, you know? It's not the prettiest screen in the world. It's perfectly capable. It gets the job done. But man, if I could have, hell, even an LCD screen as nice as the one on the second PS Vita, I would settle for that. Dick Martin, hello from Switzerland. Hello to you from New York City, man. Welcome to the stream. We're playing some a little Kirby. I hope you're pleased to join us. Thank you for showing up. I'm thrilled to have you. Oh, all right. Those flowers are nettles that will kill you. Can we call them nettles? Yeah, they're a little nettly. Ooh, bombs. Bombs. Alright, this is tricky. This is tricky. This is very tricky. Alright, alright. Okay. Now I'm just gonna come back. So I've built up the 100 stars for, That one, son! That is awesome. So when you build up the, like, Super Kirby hit, the animation of the tree, that, like, God, we were talking earlier about, you know, the undeniable Gumby factor. That was, like, the Gumbiest thing that I could have imagined happening. Oh, I don't have 100, that's the problem. I keep trying to do the super move without the appropriate super move goods. I readily admit that there are, like, claymation characters that I keep waiting to show up in this. Like Yukon Cornelius from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. If you guys are familiar with Yukon Cornelius. Because I think what Kirby and the Rainbow Curse needs is not some Christmas spirit, but certainly a rotund gentleman in a blue poncho who occasionally throws a pickaxe in the air, which is insanely dangerous, right? Like, who throws a pickaxe in the air? But then when he, you know, does so, he also yells, "Gold!" Be awesome. Just saying. Call me crazy. Here we go. Yeah, Pepper Sandwich, you are not kidding. Nintendo really does know how to animate. Am I not taking off this guy's life anymore? Huh. Alright, so I've gotten the tree's life halfway down here. And, oh my god, I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. I think I see what it wants me to do. So I keep trying to plow into him. Let's see if that works. Oh, no. Okay. So I tried to use the Rainbow Twizzlers to, you know, push them into the dude's face, but they didn't work. Oh! So I will try this instead. Okay. No. For a second I thought that maybe you could push. Oh no, I'm still taking off his life. Okay. Alright. I'm a little confused there. I think I was overcomplicating this. Since when is the Wispy Willow, like, that hard to beat? You know what I'm saying? He's a punk. He's been a punk since 1992. He's a punk today. Okay. Bam! Oh, that's what you have to keep tapping. Alright. Now I understand things. Jokes! I get jokes. Roth Safi, Yoshi's World, Woolly World. Man, so I got to play a level of that. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. E3 2014, I got to play some, and boy, is it just great. So we should probably come up with a clay-themed pun, right? That's what we should do. You got killed, son! That's terrible. I feel terrible about that. I just did not. Yo, that boss done got glazed. There we go. Now I feel better. That's the way to do it. So before we go on to the second world, Yellow Dunes here, what do you guys say to quickly... You guys... Alright, we'll put it to a vote. Do you guys want to see the second world? Or would you mind if we checked out the challenge mode? What do you want to say? Second world or challenge mode? Lay it on me, chat. Alright, Araynite, challenge mode. Sashian, 78, challenge mode. All kinds of votes for challenge. Alright, let's do it. Do it, Doug! Alright, let's... Alright, before we even hop in there, figurine showcase. Cool. Oh, Paintbrush Lady has a name. Alright, cool. Why is the second world vomiting? Pepper Sandwich, these things are not for us to know. Oh, alright, here we go. Challenge rooms. Oh, they're like the bonus stages. Alright, 1 minute challenge. You have 15 seconds per room to get the treasure chest from each of the 4 rooms. Nice! Foreign objects. Anthony John Agnello, yes, that is my name, and I encourage you to wear it out. Because as soon as it's worn out, that means I can get a new name. And D. Sanskrit in the chat knows that if there's one thing I need, it's another name. Dick Martin, yeah, the music is freaking awesome. And I don't know if you've ever played it, but the music in this really reminds me of Bubbles Symphony. Which, and I recognize this is like a super deep cut, but there is a Japan-only sequel to Bubble Bobble. Oh, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it! Ah! Oh, Zav D'Amatos! Zav D'Amatos, I miss you so much. Zav D'Amatos, formerly of Joystick and Shack News, and my wonderful Canadian brother. Zav, I am so happy to see you in here. That thrills me. God, Zav D'Amatos wants a rant about something. Alright, let's get a little rant going in here. Nintendo, it has been freaking 10 years, and you're still using capacitive touchscreens. Why? Why are you using this touchscreen? Why? Just get a better display, man. There is, and they're affordable. They're cheap. Look at all the freaking Samsung phones that cost like $5 that have multi-touch. Would it freaking kill you to put out one controller or one freaking DS that actually has multi-touch? Just once. That wouldn't break the backwards compatibility of your freaking games. It would be so simple. So beautifully simple. And just put in a freaking modern goddamn touchpad. It's not that hard. Ugh. Anyway, I don't mean to rant, but I hope, Zav, I hope that served. Why? What? Alright, get on through. Get on through. Oh, Yeah. D. Sanskrit, Where's my motion control Star Tropics 3? It would have been so easy! So easy! Alright. Ah, I missed a treasure chest. Wow, these challenge rooms are freaking awesome. So this is, it's really funny, we were talking before about Toad's Treasure Tracker, and, you know, is this, because this is the, you know, the, like that, this is a $40 retail Wii U game, is that going to be comparable in length and, you know, content? And so far, these are very, very similar. Xiaoxian 78, man, Star Tropics is the best. I was just revisiting its soundtrack the other day, because that's a thing that people do. That's good. Come on! Come on! Ah. Yeah, resistive touchscreens are so very sensitive. They're so easy to scratch. Why? Why? To what end do they put these things on their modern machine? Oh my god. I am terrible at this, guys. This challenge mode is really hard. Jeez. I got... Oh, man. Wow, that's tough. Alright. So, that's the challenge room. Let's do one more. We'll do one more. Even though I got a freaking bronze medal on that one. Like a chump. Like a chump! It's terrible. Just shameful. Shameful stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 5 minutes to 4. We're about halfway through today's stream of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. Oh, Curb! Get there, buddy! And momentarily, we will have a little Jess Condit joining us. Jess Condit, who, I don't know what Jess Condit's official title is at Engadget either, but a good friend of mine will be joining us to talk a little Kirby and to hang out. And hopefully sing some TLC songs. I mean, Jess Condit is also definitively not Lisa Left Eye Lopez. Guys, I hate to tell you, Lisa Left Eye Lopez is dead. She did not fake her death. It's just, you know, we all gotta get over it, man. It's been years. That said, Aisha did. No, wait, Aaliyah. God, Aisha. I sound like my old man stepfather right there. Aisha. That is really... Don't tell anybody I said that. It's not like there are a bunch of people watching this right now. Alright. Let's move on. We'll go to the second world. We'll play the game. You know what I think it'll actually be easier? I'm actually going to put the gamepad down on a table. Oh my god, Raw Sophie, is that true? TLC did a Kickstarter to make a new album? Oh, Dick Martin, the only good thing about the 90s are the classic Kirby games. That can't be true. There are plenty of good things about the 90s. Like, Bubsy 3D, and the movie Congo, and The Simpsons when it was good. That's unfair. I understand that The Simpsons takes a lot to make. It's totally been good after the 90s. That's a lie. I'm just lying. Why would I even say it? Why would I say that to you guys when you just know it's not true? Those challenge modes are, those challenge rooms are actually a pretty awesome, like, break from the main mode. I apologize, guys, if every now and again it sounds like I sort of trail off, but it is really difficult to play this game and talk at the same time. Like, your choices are to speak, or just pay attention to what you're doing. It's pretty tough. What? Oh no! Oh god! Get there. Alright. I left a little corner here unexplored. Not gonna do that. There we go. Is it a rule, like a video game rule, that you have to go Tree World first, and then Desert World second? Does anybody ever do Desert World third? Is it always, every single time, Desert World is second? Oh, actually, wait. Sonic and Knuckles. That Desert World is... That Desert World is 5th? God, it's been a really long time since I played Sonic and Knuckles. Question for the chat. Is the Desert World in Sonic and Knuckles the 5th world? If it is, I'm really embarrassed that I remember that. Yeah! The hell with all this clay? Ooh! Alright, so, interesting note, clay grows back. Oh! Oh! Can I kill this guy? Ha! I can kill that guy. Take that, secret enemy. Wow, I am almost dead. This game is, not forgiving, guys. Okay, okay. Is there anything up there? Yes, yes, give me that health. Kirby needs his milk. When Kirby's had too much milk, he curbs. That's a thing that people say that's not... Wait, what? Oh! Little environmental puzzle action there. There's this weird pinball at the bottom of the screen that I had to guide into the Switch. Alright. Oh! Everybody! Excuse me while I pause momentarily and do it up like this. Excuse me, do I have Jessica Lynn Condit on the line?
This is her.
Yeah! That's...
If you do, like, the fake accent that I don't have, you can do it better than I can. I guess that makes sense.
I mean, Jess, I have created, like, a grand fictional you.
Yeah.
Like, there is, like, the fictional country music star, Jessica Lynn Condit.
You've been watching too much Archer.
Did I come up with that before Charlene? I think that might have happened. Like that,
it wasn't on record. Like,
it was, yeah, yeah, we know it existed, but it wasn't part of the stream. Everybody, welcome, Jessica Lynn Condit to today's stream. Jess, howdy y'all. This is Jessica Lynn Condit. Oh god, I'm about to. Yeah, I died. I actually died. Hey, shut up!
What? What? Do you want me here?
I want pity. I want to be coddled. That's the only way I'm gonna get through this, Jess.
You called the wrong person.
Oh wait, somebody tore off a post-it note to mock me in the game, and you'll see it in a second. It says, "Can't draw, just wait on the ground." Don't patronize me, game. I am. Oh man, it sent me way back too.
It's trying to coddle you. You're not letting it.
Yeah, I don't. Well, like that's the thing. Like I want to say that I want to be coddled. I don't actually want to be coddled.
Ugh.
I want to be treated like a man.
That is, yeah. I've heard that from other men before. It's true.
That's a thing. Well, you know, I want to. This wouldn't be JXE Streams if we weren't just constantly reinforcing gender stereotypes in the Western world. That's how we do it. That's how we do it here. Jess, how the hell have you been? This is the first time we're actually speaking to each other vocally since my grand return from traveling the world. What's been going on? How were the streams in my absence? I haven't actually gotten to watch them yet.
Oh my gosh, I played Life is Strange, and
how did that go?
Talked about that, yeah.
We have not talked about that.
I love it.
It's great, isn't it?
I'm really into it.
Surprisingly
yeah.
good game.
And that's the thing, like, I had high expectations for that one, because I saw it at, I want to say Gamescom, like when it was just announced, I saw it. And it blew me away, but I wondered about, like, the market for this game, and, you know, whether the full thing would be as dramatic as the preview that I saw.
Yeah.
But it definitely totally delivered. I'm really into it. Very cool.
Man, so before playing that first episode, you know, God, Don't Nod, who is the studio that made Life is Strange, this is their second game, and their first game was called Remember Me. And if you are watching this and you don't remember Me, well, that's not very surprising.
Well, and if you do remember, it's probably not for a good reason.
Well, you know what? There was a lot about Remember Me that was very memorable, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, it was gorgeous, and its ideas were so big and so wonderful, but good goddamn, the writing was, like, the worst writing of all time. I died again, by the way. You might be able to hear it. I died again.
I heard the
did you play through Remember Me, Jess? Did you go the distance with that game?
No, not at all.
Oh man, so like the entire premise is, you know, Remember Me actually shares quite a bit in common with Life is Strange. There's this shared theme of sort of being able to do things over again. And the way it works in Remember Me, though, is like it's this dystopian future world where all of a sudden, like, people can store their memories digitally, but it also means that people can, like, change your memory, and there are people that don't have any memory, and, like, our humanity is disappearing because you can manipulate memory now, is, like, the idea.
Okay.
And so there are these scenes where you have to go back into people's memories and change what happened, much in the same way that in Life is Strange, you have to go in and, like, change history to, you know, work out in your benefit. Like that scene where you have to, like, manipulate the handyman's paint can so it falls on Bitchy McBitcherson's fur coat. That's her name, right?
Victoria.
Victoria! Of course her name is Victoria. So everybody, Jess is a very talented fiction writer, but like it's literally like the writer of Life is Strange took out like a teen, like a YA like guide, and was like, all right, what bitch names do I have available? What can I? Victoria, done, perfect.
Yeah, not Vicky. Like Vicky can work. Vicky is cute and fun.
Right.
Oh, problem there.
Got a problem. But so, like, the key difference between these games is that in Life is Strange, you're actually changing time. Like, you're changing the thing that happened. But when you're playing Remember Me, all you're changing is somebody's memory of what happened? So you'll run into a situation, like, where a bounty hunter is trying to kill you. And they're working for, like, this evil company that you're fighting against. And then, like, you'll go into the bounty hunter's mind and be like, oh, well, the company is responsible for the death of your husband. And all of a sudden, she'll be like, the bounty hunter will be like, oh my god, this company is so evil, they killed my husband in the hospital. Her husband's not actually dead, though. Like, yeah, like, she'll still go home at the end of the day and be like, oh wait, my husband is alive and well. Why am I helping out these terrorists? So,
okay.
Yeah. So that's a thing that happens repeatedly throughout that game. Like, the story just doesn't make sense. So I had that in mind going into Life is Strange, and was just delighted when it was not only like a really cool game, but narratively coherent.
Yeah, it definitely, like, I was never lost. It never... Okay, so some of the lingo, a lot of people in chat, too, were like, teenagers don't actually talk like this, right?
Yeah, right.
And, yeah, there were a few times where I was like, okay, it's a bit much. But honestly, most of the time, I was like, oh, I've definitely said that this week, so...
Yeah. So, I actually had to... So, I reviewed Life is Strange for Digital Trends. And actually, I'm no longer reviewing that game for Digital Trends. Our good friend Susan Arndt is now reviewing that game for Digital Trends, which is wonderful. And she, like, honestly, everybody, she's gonna do a much better job than me. But it's just true. But before I like wrote it up, I actually was like, I need to vet this. I need to like go out there and ask people who live in the Pacific Northwest if human beings actually say hella this frequently. Because I was like, this is the phoniest sounding bunch of bullshit that I have ever heard in my entire life. Everybody's like, oh, that's hella dumb in Life is Strange. It's so hella for reals. And, you know, I was expecting that to, for people to be like, no, not how human beings talk, mention that. But instead, people wrote back and were like, no, that's how teenagers talk here. Like, that is legit. That is a thing that they do. It is not made up. I didn't know what to do with that information. I was shocked.
Who lives out there? We know someone. Ernest.
Yeah.
Cavalli.
Ernest Next Cavalli does indeed.
I've never heard him say hello.
Yeah, but like,
one, so yeah, we'll never know.
You can also pretty much imagine a scenario where Nex. I'm not sure. I would love to point everybody to a place where you can see Nex's writing these days because he's wonderfully acerbic. But like, I would imagine that if people say hella regularly out there, that will be a very good reason for Nex not to ever say it. Like, I'm not. Contrarian. Yeah, like I am not. Like, oh, people say hella. I am not going to ever say hella. That seems like a Nexian thing. Did you finish Life is Strange, the first episode?
I did. Yeah, I would like to compare our choices sometime.
Yeah. So I did something. I was like in like the 80th percentile for most choices, but one thing that I did differently than most people, and I saw it was like only 13% of people did this, was I did not intervene when the security guard was hassling the religious girl.
I didn't either.
No shit, really?
I took a picture. Yeah.
Right! Now, okay, is this because you and I work as journalists?
I wonder about that.
Is that, because it was like only 13% of people made this choice, be like, Bull, I need to be able to prove to other human beings that this guy is a creep. Exactly. And like the fact that the girl was like angry about that choice confused me in the story, because wouldn't it be like, oh, you suck, why didn't you like help me out? Oh god dang it, Jess. Dang it, the game just gave me a message that says, would you like to just move to the next stage? Because I've died so many times.
Patronizing.
Oh. And it's you gotta see, you gotta look at like the exact wording here. It's not would you like to move ahead to the next stage. It's would you like to just move ahead to the next stage. I wish just was underlined here. Like,
that's great. Or like all caps or something.
Would you like to just move ahead to the next stage? Wow. That is
really awful at this game. You want to just do this?
Oh my god, that is just... Oh! I clicked yes! Are you absolutely, totally, completely positive you want to move on to the next stage? No.
It doesn't say that.
Yes, it does. Yes, it absolutely does. Screw you, game. You can go right to hell, Rainbow Curse.
Trying to coddle you, man.
Wow. Yeah,
I did. Say that.
That is just infuriating, is what that is.
Just is.
Are you?
I wonder if this game tracks like how old it thinks you are.
That's the metadata that they're sending back to Nintendo.
You're clearly not an adult to them.
Oh.
That's not the adultness. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Okay, so Life is Strange. Like, yeah, I totally took a picture and I was like, I'm helping her, awesome. And then she was totally mad at me, and I hated that.
It's so confusing that she was mad about it, though. Like, I don't understand why. Like, it's one of the troubles with doing that type of adventure game, because on one hand, yes, you're inhabiting that character, but you're really not, you know? Like, you think, I get to be this person, I get to make these choices, but then you are confronted with a situation where, no, that's, you're, what you would do is not going to happen.
And, like, we don't actually know these other characters, obviously, so we don't know how they're going to respond, so, first episode problems, I guess. Where we just have no idea,
Yeah,
I covered Victoria in paint and then took a picture and I did not try to console her, which apparently was a mistake.
Oh, really? How did that go for you later? So I didn't do that. Yeah? So what happened?
Well, I thought it was good because, like, so she's sitting there and she's all sad, and I took a picture, which most people did not do. Most people tried to make her feel better, even though she was awful, whatever. But then I take a picture of her covered in paint, so now I have an awesome picture of Victoria covered in white paint.
Oh god, I'm gonna die again. I'm gonna die again.
It's okay, Anthony. All of us have to face our mortality.
Oh my god,
these days.
This is so hard. It's really... I'm trying to do... So you'll see it, there's like this corridor of spikes.
Oh, I see it.
And I'm trying, like... I think I'm doing this the right... God, it's just... Alright, I'm not gonna do it again. You know what? I'm just not that good. I guess you're just not that good, Will Hunting.
Oh, man.
That is a quote. It's a joke. I'm not saying that. I didn't say it to be funny. It was referenced... Yes, I promise you. It was referencing something else. It's supposed to be cheesy, Jess. I intended it that way.
I thought it was funny. I laughed. It's fine.
Oh, did you?
Fine. This game is really ruining your self-esteem.
It really is. Like, I'm just taking a hit across the board. I'm second guessing everything. Second guessing my choices, Jess. It's all a mess. Life is a mess. So, I did console Mean Girl #1. And I actually, it was one of those moments where I was like, you know what, I bet the wording of the choice in, like, the menu is not going to be reflective of what you actually say. And that was true. Like, what you actually say is more just like, hey, that really sucks. And her immediate response is, you know, yes it is, I'm sorry that I took that crappy picture of you. So, it's a little bit, it's not totally redemptive, and it's not totally, like, a consolation. You're not totally letting her off the hook. So I thought it worked a little bit more.
That does work.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because someone, like, I was worried about that one, because someone, I think, in chat said that by consoling her, you bond with her and you become friendly.
Yeah, yeah. It definitely worked better.
Bit.
Yeah, like, you know, in a high school way. Like, that was the thing that impressed me most about the entire game, was that everything felt realistic for teenagers most of the time. And not always in the dialogue sense, but in, like, the behavioral way. Like, when, you know, the one girl has locked the other one in her room because she saw these texts, that actually happened between, not women, but two guys in my dorm, when I was in college. That just, like, that brought me back to a very specific place. And that moment
was very much like like dorm life. When they were in the dorm, I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've found a pregnancy test on my roommate's floor. That
Right?
happens. Like,
Yeah.
yep.
This is all freaking for real. Oh, wait.
Are you winning? Are you winning?
No, I was doing... So, Dick Martin, in the chat, who, is a good soul, just brought up the fact that I was doing that puzzle wrong. I wasn't supposed to push Kirby down that hall of spikes. You're supposed to push, like, one of these metal pinballs into the spikes.
You're silly.
Yeah, I was trying to do it the manly way, Jess.
That never works.
That never works. If you ever put manly in front of anything, it's just not gonna go well. Except for when describing the mustaches in The Order 1886. By the way,
man.
Don't play that game.
Dude, okay, yeah, so I was watching the stream. It did not seem worth my time, and that sucks.
Yeah,
I wanted to like it.
I wanted to like it so badly. I was so excited. I was so excited about the setting and the premise, and nothing about that sounded bad to me. It sounded awesome. And I think in 2 hours, I may have played 35 minutes. Like, just dire. Dire.
So, why? See, I'm trying to understand the design decision behind that, too. Like,
So
how are you making a game and you realize a quarter of it is a game?
Yeah. So the thing that came into my head is, like, and again, you know, like, this is complete presumption. I have never heard the studio say anything to this effect. I have never, you know, I have no reason to think this beyond just a hunch. But this is, you know, Ready at Dawn's... Oh, God, every time I miss the book in these stupid bonus stages. This is Ready at Dawn's first original. It's the first time that they get to be like, we're making our thing, and they've been making, you know, what, God of War PSP games since 2007 at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So the pressure's on. You know, like, you've been given this massive budget, you've been given the, like, technical resources of Sony Santa Monica to help make this thing as beautiful as possible, and you don't want to mess it up. Like, you're like, we cannot F up in making our first original, so you obsess over making it just right. You're like, we want it to be this story, and we want it to be about this experience in this place, and it's gonna be cinematic and grand. And in this mad quest for perfection, you end up forgetting to make something that people can actually play.
Right.
Like, that's the only explanation I have for it. Because...
It's very possible, yeah.
Yeah, like... I don't understand how it got through, like, quality assurance. So, I don't know if you saw this, but, last week... There is this person on NeoGAF who is just obsessed with the Legacy of Kain series. And, yeah, naturally, that's because somebody has to be, and that's, you know, GAF is where that type of obsessive can live and thrive. But they had put together a very comprehensive list of all the artwork and, assets and actual full gameplay video, like a whole stage, for the Xbox 360 PlayStation 3 Soul Reaver sequel that Square Enix shit-canned. Like, they just flat out canceled it after 3 years of development. And, like, this isn't a prototype, Jess. This is a finished-looking game. Like, this isn't, like, something that was in alpha and, you know, needed to be cleaned up for a couple of years before they shipped it. This was something that was going to be ready to ship in 6-7 months. And it looks really good. And they canceled it purely because they thought, oh, this isn't going to sell enough. Yeah, so...
But it was so close.
Yeah, so close. And so when I think about that, and, like, I understand that, like, right now Sony needs original exclusive content on the PlayStation 4. I understand that. And I understand that especially when you're making a game that is that graphically intensive, that requires an absurd and obscene number of man-hours. I get it. But if you're willing, if a publisher is willing to cancel a game because they think it's not going to hit like sales milestones that are necessary, I don't know how a game like The Order ships. Like,
Fair.
I don't know how they don't at some point say, whoa, wait a second. Maybe this is not going to work. And like, Sony has a history of making those choices. You know, there was going to be the PlayStation 3 sequel to The Getaway. You remember The Getaway? PlayStation 2 sort of like cinematic, like you're in Britain, you're a British crime guy. No, this isn't ringing a bell.
Sounds like Sherlock Holmes.
No, it's like modern day. It's more like think like Guy Ritchie.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know, that game was almost done for the PS3 in like 2007 or 2008, and they killed it for the exact same reason. So I have no idea how The Order actually shipped. By the way, everybody who's watching, I have become a Kirby tank, which is kind of delightful. I love that Kirby is, you know, secretly a violent freak who's willing to shoot and pop all of these things.
You want to know a secret?
I do.
I'm watching you play Kirby. It's very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm also watching League of Legends right now.
That is the most pathetically modern thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
No, it is. I'm very surprised that my computer hasn't totally crashed yet. So I'm not touching anything. I'm just sitting here. And your commentary over League is
fascinating.
Weird. It works. It's fascinating.
This is actually pretty hard. So the tank, unlike Kirby himself, the tank won't like keep moving of its own volition. Oh god, I'm gonna get there. Alright, I got there. Oh, here we go. Finally, a 1-up. I need one of those at this point. So, this is not set in stone yet, by the way, but we can give everybody a little bit of a tease about what we're going to be doing here on the stream in the coming weeks. I am speaking with a very, very successful League of Legends player to come on and do a series of programs with us where he teaches me how to play League of Legends. You want in on this? You want in?
Yeah. I love League of Legends. I love watching it.
Okay, so why do you love watching it? Because when I start watching like a League of Legends match, there's this old scene in The Simpsons where somebody starts talking about something and Homer's brain just goes, "You can stick around here, but I'm leaving," and just like flows out of his head. That is what's going on in my brain when I see League of Legends. Yes.
Like pro games, they don't
yes.
do anything for you?
When people are like, "Oh yeah, he's just controlling that lane, I can't believe it!" Like, I'm sitting there just like, what?
It's hard to see if you don't know what's going on. So it took me a solid year of watching my boyfriend play, and then us watching pro games together, and me asking him question after question about what was going on. Like, that's why I can enjoy it now. I really put in, like, research time to be able to enjoy League of Legends. But yeah, that hasn't helped how I play the game, because I'm not good. And if I play with my boyfriend, we'll just end up fighting, because I'm very competitive, and I won't let him teach me anything, and it's awful. It's all my fault, or whatever. So if I had someone like a pro to teach me something, I would enjoy that, because I could yell at him, and then I don't have to also like have dinner with him that night. So
that's perfect. Yeah, so that'll be the goal, is that we can all leave the lesson and not be filled with violent rage. So by the way, in the game, so at the end of each stage, there's like a circle of like bonus things. Touch one of the bonus things to end the stage. And I've had to keep doing this But in the little circle of things is a book, and I've had no idea what the books do, and I finally landed on one. Pepper sandwich, yeah. Book! Yeah, so it says, you found a secret diary. What in the world could be written inside?
What is it? What is it?
I really hope that it's like King DDD's journal, and he's like, today I wore my new red coat, and Kirby didn't notice. When is he going to feel my burning passion for him? My penguin loins. Long. No? Is this not? You don't think?
I'm trying to picture penguin loins. It's just a bunch of flabby flubber.
It's just...
covered in nice soft fur.
Penguins are sleek! Oh, alright, here we go. Secret diary. Let's see what's going on in here.
Red rum, red rum, red rum.
Alright, it says, Go Kirby Tank. This is less saucy than I wanted it to be.
Aww. Nintendo is always less saucy than I want it to be.
Alright, this is actually terrifying. It looks like a zine that is mildly animated. Kirby did it! He transformed! Ooh! Next time he should aim even higher. Why are you
that's terrifying.
Yeah, why am I constantly being shamed by this game?
It's pushing you to be a better person and a better player.
It's pushing me to be better in all things. In all of life's pursuits. Yodel, have you ever seen the inside of a penguin's beak? I have not. Oh, Hoplite22 asks an important question. Does Kirby have a gender? And I think D Sanskrit in the chat will actually be able to clarify. Because I think that there is, like, canonical gender for Kirby. I think Kirby might be a woman.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is not... That's not a name that I generally associate with women. But...
I think, yeah, like, I'm trying to think, why do I call Kirby him?
Right.
I think it's just the name.
It's just the name.
Because, I mean, you know, pink, fluffy ball of delicious Kirbiness, you would think would be a girl. Because, you know, stereotypes and colors and things.
Because rude, you... God, Jess, so sexist.
Yeah, yep, totally.
This is what I always tell people. I'm like, Jess Condit is the most successful sexist and racist writer I have ever worked with.
It's just because I'm so open about it.
Yeah, I mean, like... I have often said that you are the Mike Drudge of video games. That's...
Yep. No apologies, man.
No apologies.
How I live. So, okay, can you explain this game to me? You're controlling Kirby by drawing yarn, and that's the only way Kirby moves?
So the only way Kirby moves is you draw rainbow Twizzlers, and he will follow the rainbow Twizzlers in the direction that you draw them.
I hate Twizzlers.
You hate Twizzlers? What are you, communist, Jess? Come on. Twizzlers are delicious and wonderful.
The communist, racist, sexist journalist.
Yeah. Everything I've read on the internet is true. God, what if that were accurate? What if everything you read on the internet was true?
Now that's a story idea.
Oh my God, yeah.
Dystopia, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is Ray Bradbury dead? So that he can... Because, like, he might be alive. I don't think neither of us are good enough to write that story, unfortunately.
No.
I don't
want to.
You know who I want to write that story? I want 80s Clive Barker to write that story.
Do you?
Yes. No, I lied. I want 80s Clive Barker to write the Kirby Secret Diary /fiction. Because then it would get weird. It would get weird really quickly.
Do you know that there is fan fiction called The Very Secret Diaries, and it's Lord of the Rings, and it's amazing?
No. Oh my God, that's awesome. Written from the point of view of whom?
Well, the best ones are written from the point of view of Legolas, because he just keeps saying, he worries about his hair a lot, and he just keeps saying, still prettiest, still prettiest, still prettiest. And then there's a whole thing about Sam being obviously very in love with Frodo, but like in a creepy way, and it goes through the entire story.
Oh, in like a stalkerish way?
In a stalker way, yeah, but it's like, but it just goes through everything he actually does in the book, but just in his head, he's being really creepy about it. It's awesome. Yeah. So that's written by Cassandra Clare, who now has a very successful young adult book series called Immortal Instruments.
No crap. The Mortal Instruments writer wrote, oh wow, raw Lord of the Rings slash fiction. That is great.
Well, she used to do Harry Potter, which is where I knew her from, clearly.
Oh,
No, she didn't used to do Harry Potter. She used to write Harry Potter fanfiction. But, don't worry about it.
Little bit of a slip. Little bit of a slip.
Fix that in post.
We're not editing any of this out. We do these streams uncut. Wow. God. I don't. I mean, the crowd can make that joke for us. Let's be honest. They're gonna do it on their own. So I take it. Well, you go in for the Harry and Malfoy stuff. That's your bag, right?
Yeah.
That's your action. Not
Totally meant to be.
You're not like into like Luna Lovegood and the Weasley twins, which is just slash fiction that I just made up right now, and I'm assuming probably exists.
That's necrophilia too, for one of them. So
well, depending on where it happens, it can like there's space in the timeline for that.
No, it's got to be it's Draco and Harry, or it's Hermione and Pansy. You need that tension.
Oh my god! You need the hate. Oh god! Honestly, I can't think of enough physical details about Pansy Parkinson to write that. Like,
she's pug-nosed.
Pug-nosed and as stringy hair, but like that's it. I don't know what like body type she is. I don't know where to go from there.
Well, in my mind, she's like super French, has a really cool bob. That's kind of what I'm going my hair out into. I'm basically gonna picture me. Hi, I'm Pansy Parkinson.
Right, okay.
Yeah, done. This is the glory of fanfiction. Every character is you if you want it to be.
So it's like Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS posters from the 70s, but like with like a wizard hat. Yes, you're supposed to know what that is. Come on. You read a bunch of Warren Ellis, how could you not know Ilsa She-Wolf of the SS? Your classic pulp. Come on, man. Sorry. Sorry, everybody. By the way, I think that the less I pay attention to what I'm doing in Kirby right now, the better I do.
I've noticed an improvement in your
game. I'm actually... Well, the other thing is I have stopped overthinking the really dangerous things.
Yeah.
I stopped trying to actually guide a thing that I can't directly control with through a horrible range of spikes. Such is life. I gotta tell you, Jess, I understand that, you know, this is the way things are, but any day of the week, give me a control over touchscreen controls. Any day. Give me a regular set of buttons, and, you know.
Really?
Yeah, every day. Every day forever. Do you want touch controls?
I think I agree. But, I don't know, this seems cool.
This is cool. It's great, and like, the simplicity... after I boasted all of that before, I'm gonna die now. The simplicity of Kirby is what really kind of makes this shine, though. Like, you're only touching the screen once. There's only one little time that you really need to worry about what's happening on the screen. Whereas... Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. Get there.
I believe in you.
I'm not gonna get there. I'm not gonna get there! Oh! So close! Oh! Oh my god. It didn't work out, Jess.
Man.
It didn't work out. If the game had coddled me. The game had just, like, walked me through. This is like, oh god, I can't believe I just died.
Close. I just saw it, that was so close.
Oh, I can't believe I just died, too. That was very silly. It's a very silly death.
Yeah. That's a shame.
Oh.
My league game is over right now, too, so entertain me, Anthony.
So take care of this right now. I'm starting...
All the people who are watching that are going to come to our channel now, too.
Yeah! Everybody, come on in. Join us.
Okay.
We know all about... what's a lead character who's popular? We know all about... Jarek? Jarek? That's one...
What?
I made him up.
Jarvan?
I know, I was literally just saying a word that I thought sounded like a League of Legends character.
Kind of close. Yeah, Graves and Jarvan. That's kind of what you did. And Taric.
Maris. How about that? Does that sound effectively?
No, Kai?
There's no Maris?
No.
Maris doesn't work. They don't have League of Legends characters that are named after old Frasier characters.
Not yet. I mean, there's always time.
I would play League of Legends obsessively if Kelsey Grammer was a character. I'm just gonna say that right now.
What would his power be? What would he do?
He'd be urbane and an insane conservative. How about that? Now you want it, right?
Yeah, he might be scary. He'd be a support character.
He'd be a support character. Oh no! I turned all of these things off! I'm not even doing remotely as well as I did last time.
It's because you started talking about how well you were doing.
And it's because I started talking about Kelsey Grammer. Let's be honest. It's cause I insulted Kelsey Grammer. And I called him a kook.
Okay, so these little levels you're in where you're changing the stones to different colors.
Yeah, so that's a bonus stage.
You're really bad at that.
Yeah, I'm really not good.
What's up with that? That seems kind of easy. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever, Jess.
It seems that way.
Damn it.
I don't even have...
Oh, this guy is electric. I gotta stop doing that. The boogie woogie woogie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Oh!
Where'd you go? Oh, Kirby. Oh, there you are. Okay.
I am... Alright.
He's scary.
Yeah. Alright, I see what it wants me to do.
From the back.
Yup.
Yup. Oh,
yeah, that's where he wants it.
I can't fight that.
Nope. Why when the evil robot helmet says what it wants, don't question it.
No.
Never.
Right in the behind. Good
job.
Pepper sandwich. You're kind of bad at that. Why don't you just stop?
Damn it, pepper sandwich.
I know. I didn't say it. That wasn't me.
You know what? I'm really good at video games when nobody else is on the stream and it's just me. That's when I'm really good at video games.
Ooh. You know, we did play League of Legends, so on the stream we played with the voice actors.
That's right.
Yeah, and I actually did okay. Like my kill death ratio was positive, which was lovely. But that's probably the last time I actually played because it's frustrating. It's maddening.
I think that there were more people playing that day than there were watching that stream.
Yep.
I think that is accurate. All right, here we go.
On our stream, we had maybe 10 people.
Yeah, people. Total.
No one cared that we were talking to the voice actors of League of Legends characters. Like, that was really cool, man, and they were so fun.
All right, Jess, hold on 1 second. I need to plug something in.
Oh god. What's that? What's he plugging in? Let's all guess. Everyone, leave us your guesses for what Anthony is plugging in the comments. My guess? A blender, so he can make margaritas. You know we
don't drink margaritas on this show. We drink strawberries on this show.
Ah, apologies. And you don't need blenders for those. They come in a can.
The only blender in Strawberita world is in your heart. And I mean because of the palpitations you have after you. Because of the horrific angina you develop.
Did you try one of the Ritas?
I've had I've had a Rita. I've defiled my body with one of those.
Good for you. You're a brave man.
I regret nothing. I regret some things.
Yeah. Yodel's guessing you're plugging in a dehumidifier. Might be true.
Not a bad guess. Not a bad guess.
That's fine.
I was.
Do you get loot crates?
No, I do not get loot crates.
No.
I'm not. You know, I buy enough crap just being alive.
So, you don't need it automatically renewed every month. I know.
I don't.
That's where I am.
I don't need automatic boxes of crap bought to me. It's why.
Money.
Yeah, we were talking. Like, I guess like, if Loot Crate was given to me, I wouldn't like be upset or anything. But I like. So this is a weird thing to say, but for somebody who like buys a lot of crap, like I have toys in my home, many of them, and not just the ones that we talk about professionally. Like, I'm also sort of like obsessive about not having clutter, and the idea of Loot Crate is like, oh, there's the potential that you'll get something you'll really like, but then there's also the potential that you're going to have clutter all over your home.
Yeah.
And
I've
that...
gotten, like three months of Loot Crates now, and they're cool. Like this last one, I got Ready Player One, the book.
Oh, had you read that before?
No, I haven't. So I was like, okay.
Oh, it's very fun. It's a very fun book. Oh gosh, I don't know how I'm supposed to.
I also got a hex bug.
A what?
The hex bug. It's those little. They're like little robot bugs. You turn them on and they scuttle across the floor.
That sounds horrifying and disgusting.
Yeah, my nephew loves them. So you know, instant birthday present. Done.
See, all right, there you go.
Yeah. So, but it's piling up is where I am. Like the crap is starting to accumulate, and I don't like that.
Yeah, when I have children, I can imagine that Loot Crate will be a fun thing to have around. You know?
God, you're gonna have kids.
That's right. Well, come on. Let's be honest, Jess. The world needs more of me.
You know, I'm not gonna fight that.
You just know it's true?
I do. Who else is gonna keep obscure movie references alive? And songs, anything. Just fade away. If you
Yeah, all
half, man.
Yeah, all of the 20th century will just fade away into nothingness.
We need you.
Actually, get ready. Like you're probably going to want to have. Oh God! You're probably going to want to have like a. Oh crap! I thought so. You can do this power move with Kirby, and I thought that the power move makes you invincible. It does not. I just died.
Now you know.
Knowing is half the battle, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're gonna need, like, annotations sitting next to you when you read Ready Player One. Because if you think that I lay down the obscure references to 20th century pop culture, the book is just references to 20th century pop culture. Exclusively.
You sure you didn't write it?
I think in terms of science fiction, it's not weird and sad enough to have been written. I mean, it's like
I have read your fiction. You're very good.
It needs to be like weirdly melancholic. And I was talking to my wife recently about a story that I was working on, and I think I mentioned to you the premise of this, but it's about a ghost strip club. And you know, I was talking to her about it, and I was like, yeah, so the entire idea is that, like, you know, it's a little sad, but everybody at the end of it, living and dead, feels better for having been there. So it's kind of weird, and it's kind of sad, and it's kind of funny. And she's like, so it's like everything you write, and I was like, I'm fully capable of writing things that are totally different than that.
And then you never do.
I can do it.
I know you can. I absolutely believe you can. Will you, though? That's good.
I might.
I know, like, I really want to write a romance novel.
Oh, God, you'd be awesome at it!
I think I could, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be like a romance horror or something. It's not just gonna be
Yeah,
a straight
like,
notebook, you
yeah,
know?
right. Like, it can't just be about two people who like each other, and then there are complications that arise from them liking each other in some way, and life results. That's too simple.
Too simple. Like
I'm
I
right
started
there with
writing
you.
a short story about an oil town, just a small town who finds oil, and
Where did it
now-
end? Where did it end?
Now it starts with a dude's horrible, torturous death. That's the beginning of it. And I don't know how that happened, but it fits. And that's just what it comes down to. So, whatever.
Yeah,
any romance I write will be better than 50 Shades of Grey. That's my consolation.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could literally sneeze and look at the tissue in the aftermath of that sneeze and have something that has better dialogue and that is more narratively rich than 50 Shades of Grey.
Yup.
So God, that is the bitchiest thing I think I've ever said on the stream. I apologize. I apologize to anybody who might be a fan of 50 Shades of Grey who's watching it. I doubt there are many fans of 50 Shades of Grey watching right now. I also doubt we don't have like the author or screenwriter or anybody probably not watching right
Following
now.
us. Watching
Yeah.
us play Kirby.
All of a sudden, like, I look and there's like 50,000 like angry tweets. But the very first time that I ever read anything from 50 Shades of Grey, my brother had sent me these like little passages, and I was like, "Oh man, this is hilarious! What is this from like Cracked or The Onion?" And he goes, "No, man, that's just the book." And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Right, it
That-
seems impossible that
it's-
was published and that people have read it and like it.
Full disclosure, this is I'm gonna say it in public. I'm not. I will say that they are related to me, but a human being that I share blood with, has said that 50 Shades of Grey is the greatest romance that they have ever read.
What?
I am not going to say if it is a male or female. I'm just going to say that it is somebody that I am related to. They are a real person. Those words have been uttered.
Huh.
Yeah.
How do you fix that? That's a thing you have to fix.
Yeah, like you think, no. That's trust me, Jess. That is a mountain that cannot be. You cannot scale that summit. The only rainbow that I can reach for is the one that guides Kirby through this multicolored clay Fantasia.
Help us, Kirby. You're our only hope.
Help us, Kirby. You're the only one who can fix bad taste.
Honestly, though, 50 Shades of Grey is fanfiction. Literally.
Didn't it start as fanfiction before it became something else?
Fanfiction for, guess what? Effing Twilight.
Oh, that's depressing.
It's
See,
Twilight fanfiction. They changed the names.
I thought that, like, the entire point of Twilight, though, was a distinct lack of, boning. Like, is that not the case?
Yeah, which is why the fanfiction takes over.
I did try to read Twilight once.
I did too. I worked
yeah.
at Barnes & Noble when it came out, so I was like, okay, what's this all about?
Yeah, you're like, alright, I have to go the distance because, I need to know. You want to be part of the cultural dialogue. And I made it about 20 pages. I made it to the first time they went to lunch. And the fact that she writes high school dialogue worse than J.K. Rowling is really saying something. Because nobody writes teenagers' dialogue worse than J.K. Rowling.
You know what?
I love her. You know I love her.
I know you do.
You know what? You know I love the books. But, like, let me tell you what teenagers don't do. They don't sit there in a Valentine's Day coffee shop and talk about how wonderful and delightful candy is. That is not what happens.
That was supposed to be awkward.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Sure.
It was. It absolutely was.
I know it was supposed to be awkward. I realize that was supposed to be awkward. What always gets me is, like, when they're, like, 17, and being, like, the most exciting thing is going to the candy store. Like, and I recognize that the subtext there is that magical candy does essentially work in the exact same way as narcotics. Like, it does. It alters your perceptions and makes your body do weird things. Drug use for minors is condoned in Harry Potter, I recognize. But at the same time, I just...
What do you think Potion Spot is all about, then?
Yeah, narcotics. I know. Drug use is condoned.
I
But...
don't think any parent would be like, Hogwarts is a safe place to send my kid. So...
right. Yeah, no, it's just the like, oh boy, Hermione and Ron were so excited to go to the candy shop. Like, no, they want to go somewhere and, like, smoke whatever wizards smoke and get in trouble. And I realized...
What's it called in Lord of the Rings? The weed they...
Oh, pipeweed?
Pipeweed, yeah.
The most, like, really, JR, you couldn't have come up with a different name than pipeweed. That's the best you could do.
It's simple. It's very Hemingway of him.
Yeah. I just wrote what I see in front of me. It was really funny. I went to a reading the other night of a writer who just put out a book that seems like it's excellent. Like, what I heard him read of it and what I've read browsing through the copy that my wife bought is, like, spectacular. His name is Atticus Finch. And...
I've heard that name.
Yeah. His new one is supposed to just be killer. And, as he was talking about his new book at the reading, he was like, yeah, as I was working on it, I was like, I need to write simpler, and so he was like, I was reading a bunch of Hemingway. And he was like, which did the most terrible thing, because when you start reading Hemingway, you automatically start imitating him. You become incapable of writing in another voice, and, like, true words never spoken, man. Like...
I have a reputation for that.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Hunter S. Thompson. He would write, he rewrote on his own typewriter, Old Man in the Sea.
Yeah, just to know how it was done.
Yeah, to feel it.
Yeah,
and
but
he
like,
has a very distinct voice.
That is not a normal person, Jess. We can't use him as our model. Ooh, get there to the diary. Yes.
Secret diary.
Secret diary. Man, that reminds me. I need to read some Hunter. Like, it's been way too long.
Well, what haven't you read of him?
Sire Shant, 78. Yes, this author was named directly after the father from To Kill a Mockingbird. That was very much on purpose.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, like, your parents are doing a weird thing to you when they name you that. It would be like if you name your child Kirby, you're dooming them to be an amorphous pink blob and glutton who's also very heroic. That's a lot to live with. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, I am now going to lobby to name my first child Kirby. Male or female? You don't think this is a good idea?
I'm trying to think, what if you have twins? One of each.
Oh my god.
Could,
Kirby and Kirby?
I think so. I think it would work.
Let's be honest, Jess. If there's a boy and a girl, one will be Kirby and the other one will be Kirby.
Ooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'm wondering right now how far I have made it into this game. Oh,
doesn't seem like far.
Pepper Sandwich, did we read the last diary? No, we did not. So we'll exit out of this stage. We'll go hit the latest diary entries.
Yeah, read it. Reading isn't the right term for these diary entries.
Yeah, experiencing them seems to be.
Staring at in horror, maybe.
Staring at aghast. Mm-hmm. So let's see here. I'm 3 for 3, actually. Most recent ones. Oh, this isn't that terrifying. Oh no, it's a little terrifying. It's very terrifying.
The stream started bugging out a little bit. For
Oh, did it?
Seems, but I think it's back. We had to refresh. Just so you know.
Name, Glacia. Personality, totally selfish. Birthday, probably winter. Job, making shapes. We used to be best friends, but now she scares me. I don't know what's going on in this diary, dude.
That's scary.
Some things.
Yeah.
Some things are going on in this diary.
This is weird.
Alright, no, wait a second. Kirby has a dude's body made of sand. This is the beach. In the next diary entry, it's beach memories. And I guess Polaroids exist in this world.
Sure.
See, you can see Kirby being jacked.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
And, yeah, Paintbrush Girl has, like, the seashell aerial style bikini top. I don't think that actually works, by the way. I don't, I don't think that would be... First of all, seashells do not provide any kind of support. And B, seashells smell gross? I don't know what Ariel's thinking.
And they don't move, they're very rigid.
They're very rigid, yeah. It's like the banana hammock made out of, like, scales that you see in, like, comic books sometime with underwater characters. No, absolutely not. Things would fall out of there.
Yeah.
And, do all of these characters wax? Because, anyway.
I know.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the note of waxing, I think we can bring today's stream of Kirby and the Rainbow Curse to a close. The game is out now for Wii U, and it's $40. And so far, we played played to the third world, and really, really cool. There are, looks like 22 stages in the entire game, and in 2 hours we made it through 7 out of 22. So, pretty substantial game.
Yeah, that's
pretty
not bad.
Substantial game. Yeah, and I thought it was pretty cool. Jess, thank you for joining me.
Of course,
I'm happy to be back. And now you're leaving next week, GDC. What do people have to look forward to at GDC?
Oh my god, I don't even know. No, the IGF Awards, that's always fun.
Some stuff, some things.
We're gonna talk to a bunch of developers and stuff. It'll be great.
We're gonna talk to some people. We're gonna sit outside of a GameStop and eat Subway sandwiches.
Man,
and basically be like,
there's gonna be a lot of cool VR stuff, and Valve is gonna have a lot of really cool announcements, it sounds like.
Oh,
so
I'll believe it when I see it.
That's where I am with that as well.
Yeah, whenever I hear Valve has a bunch of announcements, I'll believe it when I see it. Everybody, we will be back while Jess and Ben Gilbert are out at GDC covering for Engadget. Tim Sepola and I will be hanging here on the stream. We have a lot of really good stuff coming up next week. On Tuesday, we're going to be playing a whole piping hot plate of Resident Evil Revelations 2 for the first hour, but then we're going to be playing Resident Evil Code Veronica, which we're going to go old school to close out, which I'm really looking forward to. I haven't played Code Veronica in years. I think it's going to be really cool. On Wednesday, we might check out the new downloadable story campaign in Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, which I haven't played it in months, and I'm ready to get back in there.
Yeah, that's fun.
And then on Thursday, we will be streaming Conquer Live and Reloaded, a remake of the N64 game for the original Xbox. You know what would make my life easier, Jess?
Huh.
If I could refer to the freaking original Xbox as Xbox One, that would make my life easier. The second Xbox has a number after it. Why? I don't know. I don't know.
I understand. I understand your frustration.
Everybody, if you haven't already, click that little follow button here on our stream, and you will know when we go live. Follow us on Twitter. That's @Engadget. or at Joystick. The Joystick Twitter feed is still rocking, and you can follow Jess and I on there as well, at A. John Agnello and at Jess Condit. That's Jess with 2 S's and 2 T's. We will see you next week, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.
Cowabunga! Nom 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 nom. So interview over?
No.